Hey guys, so I just wanted to talk to you about some benefits of being a Christian, because I think it's important people know this. I could honestly say, as a Christian, I have more joy, more peace, more love. I have the more ability to think about problem solving skills. I have more fun. Being a Christian is a blast. I cannot tell you how exciting it is. And you guys might think I'm crazy, and that's fine. But it really is fun. And I'll give you a couple examples. I have more peace because when life is crazy and chaotic around me, I know that there's a God who holds my life in his hands, and that he will not allow me to go through anything that is beyond what I can handle. So that puts my heart at peace. When my finances are not where I would like them to be, and I'm having to save a little here or spend less there, which is the same as saving, I know that my God is in control, and that this momentary, and listen when I say momentary, affliction is momentary. I know everything's gonna be okay, because I have a God who owns the entire earth. So if he owns the entire earth, a few more dollars for him if I need it is not a big deal. I have a God that when life is crazy and stressful, I can go outside and I can look at creation. I can look at everything he's made, and I can slow down and I can think about his goodness. I can think about how he is my refuge, my fortress, my strength, my peace, my hope, my grace, my love, my life, my gift, my savior, my redeemer. I can just think about all the things, my deliverer. I can think about all the things that he is, and as I sit there and meditate on who he is, I can feel him put my heart to peace. And it's a peace, I don't know what for you represents peace. Whatever you see, whether it's something in creation or something in your life that you see, like, that to me represents peace. That kind of peace is inside my soul. I live with that peace inside my soul. There's times where like when you're going through grieving over people that you've lost in your family, there's times where the Holy Spirit will come and he'll cause you to laugh. Just laugh, hysterically laugh. Sometimes for no apparent reason. Sometimes he comes and he reminds you of funny things those people did, and that makes you laugh. And when you are grieving over someone, you're not in despair because you know where they're at. And you know that that place is heaven. When they believe in God, you know that they're in heaven and that they're having the time of their life, just enjoying it up there. And sometimes you feel a little jealous. Just a little jealous. Because you're like, kind of wish I was there, but not yet. Anyway, so like you have a God who holds your heart, and it's just like whatever circumstance, whatever thing you go through, you have a God who's there and who understands and who knows. That's another thing. God who knows. Let me tell you something. Having a God who knows. You ever go through something and you're like, nobody gets what I'm going through. Nobody understands what I'm feeling. Nobody's felt this pain. Nobody's understand the craziness, the chaos, the worry that's going on in my head, or how your mind is just not working the same, because of whatever situation. And you're just like, nobody gets what I'm going through. Well, with God, you have someone who gets what you're going through, because he faced it all at once, all in one moment when he died on the cross. He faced it all. And it's just like, he did it for you, so that when you're going through your moments of chaos, you have someone that you can lean upon that said, hey, I know what you're going through. I've been there. Like, if you really want to understand how well God understands your situation, study what he went through on the cross. Not just in a physical sense, which is already extremely crazy and insane. It's actually practically a miracle that it is a miracle that he did not die when being whipped. Okay, just put it to you that way. So everything he went through was insane, If you want to understand, that there's a God who gets what you're going through, look at the cross. Not just the physical aspect of it, but the emotional aspect of it too. The emotional aspect of the people being the Jews, whom God totally and completely loves. And here they are not just rejecting him, but wanting him dead. Okay, like, that's hatred right there, and Jesus faced that, and his friends were there, and even his friends said, I will always be there for you, I will die with you. And then he runs and flees and disowns the fact that he even knew Jesus 3 times. So that's another emotional fact to look at. Another emotional fact is the guards, when they beat him, like, they mock him and say, you're the king of the Jews, ha ha ha, that's so funny, they're mocking him for who he really is, but they don't think it's true, they don't think it's reality, and they're making fun of his identity, like, Jesus gets it. When people don't get you and they tease you for your identity, Jesus gets it, because he was there, he felt that pain just as much as you did, if not more. Like, crown of thorns on his head. Like, ugh. Like, they put a purple sash around him, like, and his body had already been beaten, and they put this purple cape on his back. And that when they put that purple cape on his open sword back, like, to the point that you could see his bone and muscle. I'm just trying to give you an accurate picture here. They put that on his back, that had to hurt, and then they rip it off, like, talk about pain, but that's just a little bit of the cross right there, just a little bit of what he went through. I think Jesus knows what you're going through, and he gets it. If you're worried about finances, Jesus had, in charge of his money bag, he had Judas Iscariot, who was a thief, and stole money from his money bag. And by the way, Jesus knew that he was stealing money the whole entire time, and still let him be in charge of the money bag, because God had blessed Jesus so much that he could have a thief in charge of the money bag and still have everything he needed for his needs and abundance and more. So, that's just how God works. So if you struggle with finances, like, Jesus gets it. He had a thief in charge of the money bag. He understands it. Like, whatever you go through, God is there. He gets it. He understands it. When you go through sorrow, when you go through hardship, like, there is a name. God has a lot of names, and there's a reason for that. Because there's a name for God for every situation that you'll face in life. God is my rock. God is my salvation. God is my peace. Jehovah Shalom, that is, God is my peace. There's so many different names for God. And, like, when you're in distress, God is my fortress, my strength, my rock. When you're in worry, God is my peace. When you've got accusations around you, when you've got people falsely accusing you, which Jesus had that too. Like, they claimed that Jesus had broken the law by claiming that he was God, which he really is God, but they falsely accused him. Well, I mean, yeah, they falsely accused him for breaking the law, and he upheld God's law better than anyone ever did. And for when you feel falsely accused, God is your defender. When you feel like you're in a situation where you're under so much attack and you just can't get out on your own, God is your deliverer. Like, when you feel like you're all alone and there's no one there to help you, there's no one there to comfort you, there's no one there to just be with you, God is your friend. God is your comforter. God is your sanctuary. God is your peace. God is your fellowship. He's the one who is with you through it all. He's your best friend. He is there with you through it all. I just cannot tell you how cool it is to be a Christian and believe in God. Just in the very fact of his nature. Just in his nature, knowing his nature and who he is. Like, he's just so incredible. And that doesn't even account the times where you're like, God, I need some finances for this, and he gives you it just because you asked. God, I need a parking space close to the Starbucks across from university because that parking lot is so stinking small. You can never get a space there. And every single time I go, I can get a space right in front of Starbucks, or actually behind Starbucks. And I'm always going to Starbucks, so hey, that works. I ask God for things like that, and he answers. And those are just such trivial things, but he's there. And then there's when you're sick, God is your healer. When there's darkness all around you, God is your light. When you're lost, God is your shepherd. When you feel forsaken, God is the one who will never forsake you. When you feel forgotten, God is the one who remembers you. It's just, there's so many different aspects of God. I could just go on and on and on and on and on. But he's there for every situation of your life. And that's why it's so awesome to be a Christian and to follow God. Because in everything you say, in everything you do, in everything you face, you never face it alone. You have somebody who is there with you and who loves you through it all. It's so much stinking fun. Not to mention the adventure. My aunt just got a new car. Okay, it's so exciting. My aunt just got a new car. And that's exciting for me. That's a huge testimony because a couple of weeks ago, actually it's been a month now, I would say, I just felt in my spirit that the Lord was saying that he was giving me and he was giving my aunt a new car. And so I told that to my aunt. I said, Aunt Vanny, I feel like you're getting a new car. And I feel like I'm getting a new car. And then, a couple of nights ago, I really felt like my sister was getting a new car. So I guess God is giving out new cars. So if you need a new car, ask God for a new car. And when I say new car, he gave my aunt a 2018. And she only has $6,000 to pay on it. So it's just really cool because God provided. It's I love when God does things like that. And he could even completely give to you a new car. He does things differently every single time he does it. And that's what's so exciting and so fun about God. If you learn to stop stressing about it getting done, and if you learn to just entrust that part to him, and just say, okay, God, I know you're going to do this. I don't know how you're going to do it, but I know you're going to do that. If you learn to just entrust that part to him, there's such an excitement in the journey of walking with God. It's just so exciting. When he breaks through, you're like, I didn't expect that. I expected you to move to do that, but in this certain way, in this certain order, and you just completely did it in a completely opposite and completely kind of weird and random way, but it's still completely shocking and amazing and incredible. The time that somebody gave my grandma the exact amount she would need to pay her rent for the bookstore, and they did not ask how much she needed. They just found out she had a need, and they wrote this check, and it was the exact amount. I mean, that's just kind of fun, And you have those stories when you walk with God. You have them everywhere, the time that my sister and I and my cousin, my cousin and I went to the mall, and my sister had $20. My cousin had $20 and I had nothing. And we're walking in the parking lot and I see something green ahead of them, and I just keep my eyes on that thing and I just pray, Lord, please don't let them see it. And so we just keep on walking, and I look down and I pick it up. It was $20. Okay, that's not a coincidence. That is the divine, that is God's divine provision and love for his children. It's just the way that he works. God will paint pictures for you in the sky. He'll give you the most beautiful sunset to look at. He'll give you the most beautiful day to see. He'll make it rain because you stinking asked, God, will it rain today? God is just so incredible. I love him. I just totally love him. He's so much fun, and he's so completely and utterly unordinary. And that just makes him so awesome, because when you walk through life, it gets kind of mundane and it gets kind of boring, because it's the same old same old. You know what to expect, you know what to go through, you know what's going to happen, kind of like when you're watching the movies and you know what's going to happen even though you've never seen the movie before. But God does the unexpected.